some point, most of us dream of a brand new start in a far-off land. But the reality of uprooting your lives can be a tough process for any family to face, especially when it can mean leaving behind one of your children. It's a big gamble to move your family all the way to Australia based on childhood memories.
What on earth have I done dragging your family half around the world?
Especially when the reality turns out to be very different.
Can't believe the house prices over here are so expensive.
We seem to be stuck in the same rut. Very disappointing.
And it threatens to tear your family apart.
I'm going to let someone down.
With so much at stake, could you make the decision to start a new life down under? Australia is the most popular country for Brits moving abroad. They may be tempted by its 10,000 beaches, sunny climate and famous relaxed lifestyle. But life down under doesn't always deliver the paradise newcomers may imagine. Amongst the latest new arrivals are the Gill family from Plymouth. Ahead of them are some huge decisions as they sample life in Australia for 1 week. At the end of it, they'll have to make a final choice, whether to stay in the UK or start a new life down under. Their journey to Australia is a long 9,000 miles. After nearly 24 hours in the air, the Gills arrive in Perth, tired and a little unprepared.
Forget how long it takes you to get here. And we've arrived and it's raining. We've got the weather with us.
I brought the wrong clothes.
The journey has brought home the difficulties of travelling so far.
It is a huge distance and yeah, absolutely shattered.
And we're not even at the airport and it's starting to hit home a little bit, yeah.
They'll need to get plenty of rest as they have a tough week ahead in Australia, a long way from home. 39-year-old Kevin and wife Charlotte, who is 48, have 2 children, daughter Samantha, who's 22, and son George, who's 9. The Gills live in the coastal town of Plymouth in Devon, where Kevin has served in the Royal Navy for 20 years. But with retirement looming for Kevin, the family is about to begin a new chapter of their lives.
Obviously the Navy looks after us with the house, the work, and now that's coming to an end, that support's going to disappear.
With Kevin leaving the Navy, we lose accommodation, we lose housing. We need to find new housing. We also need to find, he needs to find a new job.
With everything looking uncertain, Charlotte believes their future could lie in Australia.
I was actually £10 pom. We moved out to Australia when I was 2 with my brothers and sisters, and my father went to work in a mining town, but loved it. The family lifestyle was brilliant. We had a very nice little house. We used to go roaming around the bush. The opportunity to give my children that lifestyle would be fantastic. And I'd like to show Kevin the reason why I enjoyed it so much.
And living in Australia could make a real difference for Charlotte's health.
I suffer from a condition called ankylosing spondylitis. It affects the joints and it's affected by the weather. So the temperate climate offered in Perth, I'm hoping will really benefit.
However, uprooting their lives and starting again on the other side of the world is not going to be plain sailing.
The potential for disaster is huge. There is a lot of pressure on me right now, and I'm feeling it for once. You know, it's on my shoulders now. There's no support network, it's just me. And if I don't get it right, we're goosed.
But Kevin isn't the only one with doubts. Their daughter Samantha is feeling torn.
At the moment, there seems to be a big decision looming. Because I know that my family would probably love to live in Australia, would absolutely love it. So, but I know that they wouldn't move there without me. But I couldn't leave my boyfriend behind in the UK. So it's quite difficult at the moment because it seems like I'm going to let down someone.
It's a painful subject with no easy answers.
I don't think I could miss seeing my brother grow up. Just like to be there for him, because I'm very protective of it. So I don't think I could miss out on being the protective older sister. I'm gonna let someone down. So, yeah.
If Sam decides to stay in the UK, Charlotte will be torn between fulfilling a lifelong dream and leaving her daughter behind.
I don't know how I deal with it. I can't even imagine it, so I don't know how I would. I can't tell you how I would feel because I can't imagine it.
The Gills are at a turning point in their lives. With Kevin facing retirement, they have to make a new start wherever they choose to live. And what's most important to Charlotte and Kevin is sharing that future with the whole family. Their home during these 7 days will be in Fremantle, on the coast just south of Perth. It's one of the most desirable areas in Western Australia. However, the Gills will have to wait until tomorrow to see how beautiful it is. And the journey in the dark and wet isn't quite living up to Charlotte's fond memories of Australia.
Remember, it's been a bit warmer than this. It's freezing. But the house is lovely, really nice.
It's very livable, isn't it?
I think it's lovely, it's really cool.
Yeah.
Oh wow, it's 2 levels.
I don't know what type of house this is. An upside down house.
Oh wow.
Everyone is impressed, but they're also keeping their feet on the ground.
It's really nice. It's just like, could we afford somewhere like this?
Location is everything.
It depends on the work, I suppose.
Well, I know the housing prices have gone mental, I think, in Western Australia.
As the main visa applicant, Kevin is well aware of the job difficulties he faces.
I've been in the same sort of comfort zone for the last 20 years, and I'm stepping away from that, so it's going to be a culture shock, and to do it in another country as well, it is a secondary culture shock that's, it's going to be difficult.
Sam is also feeling the pressure.
I'm stuck in the middle between moving to Australia or leaving, potentially leaving behind someone. I don't think I can, so.
It's Charlotte's childhood memories that have driven her to move the family to Fremantle. Now they're here, even she's having doubts.
When we figured out, it's like 29 years, isn't it? Actually, not 20, 29 years since I left Australia.
Yeah. It may have changed.
It might have changed slightly. It may not be the Fremantle or Western Australia that I thought it was. It's a worry that what on earth have I done dragging the family halfway around the world, and it could actually be awful.
With the Gills already feeling the pressure of the move, the next 7 days could be very difficult. If Charlotte's dream of living down under is to become a reality, finding the right house in the right area will be crucial, but trying to please everyone could be a major challenge. In the UK, the Gills live in a Navy house in Plymouth, which they're sadly having to leave.
Life's pretty good here.
Very happy here. It's a nice area, there's very, very friendly people here, very nice people. Within minutes of a city, minutes of the countryside, minutes of the sea. It's very happy here, but we know we can't stay.
And they're being modest about what they want in Australia.
Don't want masses, don't want massive house, we don't want masses of land.
3 bedrooms would be nice, but 4, if we could afford that, we've got to look and see what's out there. But somewhere near the sea or overlooking the sea.
Oh, wouldn't that be stunning? Yeah. But that would be a dream property. We don't really realistically expect to be able to get that. But if we could be within perhaps walking distance of the sea, or even a 5-minute drive, that would be lovely as well.
Today, we'll give the Gills a taste of Perth's housing market. We'll show them 3 possible options based upon what they want from their ideal home, what they can afford, and the real price of property down under. After they get to see what's on offer, we'll reveal to the family just how much each house costs. However, with big rises in Australian property prices, finding the ideal home could be a big ask. House prices are even higher near the coast, so we're heading a few miles inland to the Wellard area. This new suburb on the outskirts of Perth is popular with families, and with a university nearby could suit Samantha. But will this 3-bedroom house have everything the Gills want?
Oh, wow. Oh, wow. It's pretty cool, that, isn't it?
That'll do.
This would so be my TV games room.
OK, sorted. That's really nice, isn't it?
I think it's done.
Oh, wow. Oh, yeah, I like the idea of this, actually. This is really family area, isn't it?
Well, this house is a definite hit. In fact, I think Charlotte has already moved in.
This would be so nice with our table, love.
It would, wouldn't it?
I like the breakfast bar. I love it.
Yeah, me too.
I think it's really cool. I think it's a real family area. That's what I like about the Australian house, is that everybody sits and eats and talks together.
I can sort of see what you mean now when you're on about it.
There's loads of light, loads of windows,
Loads of
look.
natural light.
It's all going very well, but the small garden might change their tune.
Yeah, nice eating area, but I do think that this obviously is a little bit small, the outside area. I think you could probably buy bigger plots and stuff like that, do you know what I mean? But I do like the size of the house. I think it's plenty big enough. Compared to what we living in the UK so far, everything we live in the UK would probably fit in that one main room.
It's really nice. Lovely.
Is it? And can you see us here?
Yeah, I can see you guys here, yeah.
Do you see yourself here?
Sam's not sounding so enthused. Maybe the walk-in wardrobes might persuade her to think otherwise.
Sorry, Sam, I think this might be Mummy's area.
OK, forget that idea. Probably best leave it to Mum. She's enjoying this house.
I think it's really, really nice, but I keep saying the word nice a lot. I haven't sort of gone...
Said awesome.
No, it's a really nice place, don't get me wrong, but it's a little bit soulless.
All
It's
great.
Not a lot, yeah, not all the character.
Nice and fresh.
It's fresh, yeah, and it's modern.
It's different.
But yeah, it was different to what we're used to, and I do like the wardrobe.
I love the wardrobe.
All that remains now is to find out the price. Although Charlotte could see them living here, is it anywhere near their £200,000 budget, or will they have to set their sights a lot lower?
It's quite scary, actually, isn't it? Because it can be really out of it.
Yeah.
£205,000.
By the aiding.
$320,000. £205,000.
It's a good start. That could be within their budget, as long as Kevin can find the right job.
That's a nice surprise, yeah. We could actually do that.
Really, really nice.
That's sensible. We could do that without having to get a huge mortgage.
That's crazy. You get so much more for your money.
However, they're not planning on moving in.
I think the location's a bit remote. I love the house, but I still think it's quite a long way from everywhere.
Yeah, we were hoping more of a sort of walk into town and, more amenities close by.
It's just really out the way.
Do you think it's better since George's age where he can play outside?
Yeah, because I can't really go hang out, with my skateboard on the street corner.
It's a good start to their house hunting, but the Gills have still got a long way to go. The next house is in the Success area. It's closer to the coast and heavy industries where Kevin might find suitable work. And being popular with British immigrants, it could help the Gills feel at home more quickly. It's a 4-bedroom house with plenty of space for a family.
It's a very strange space, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's a definite drop in the light levels compared to that other place.
It just seems quite dark and the layout's a bit weird.
All the lights are on and it's still quite dark.
Yeah. Oh, this is
Kitchen area.
It's still very, very dark.
Yeah.
Really dark.
It's lovely and open.
I bet it's nice and cool then.
Yeah.
Charlotte's not sounding convinced, but something has caught George's eye.
What do I
Something has caught George's eye.
see over there?
What's that, sir?
A pool.
No way.
This is so ours.
Yes, a swimming pool, although no one seems to be rushing in.
Huge!
I dare you to jump in.
I dare you to jump in. I'll give you $10.
I'll give you $100.
You don't have $100.
I do.
That might sweeten the deal a bit, a pool for the boy.
Yeah, I think he'd
Won't be able to keep him out of it.
he'd really like the outdoor lifestyle.
Come on then, Kevin, let's have a look.
Yeah, let's go and have a look.
This house might be very spacious, but Charlotte is still full of doubts.
This is huge.
This must be the master bedroom, darling.
Oh, wow. It's a lovely big window.
I don't know, it's really dark in the middle, and I don't like that.
Yeah, you could probably put a skylight in or something like that, an atrium to bring in light, but yet again, you're spending on top, aren't you?
Yeah, that's true, yeah. And it's got a pool. It's got a lovely pool by the looks of it, but that's obviously going to add to the value. I'm a bit underwhelmed by the house, I'll be honest, actually. Yeah.
Although Charlotte is losing interest in this house, the children have very different thoughts.
But the pool's amazing though, isn't it?
Yeah, the pool changes my mind completely.
Really?
Yeah.
So some of them have been won over, but there is still the small matter of the cost. Could the Gills actually afford this house? Time to find out the price.
The price is £287,000.
Crikey.
I thought it was going to be expensive because it's got a pool, but the pool has just taken up the whole garden. And that's a lot of money.
It's a big step up.
Yeah, I think,
And the fourth bedroom. Yeah. And we don't need either.
No.
no, we do need the pool.
We would like a pool, but we don't need the pool.
We need a pool, we need a pool.
This house is nearly £90,000 over their budget. Everything now depends on the last property. Set in the area of Baldivis, it's close to the sea with shops, cafes and parks nearby. However, it is 30 miles from Perth, meaning a long commute if Kevin was to work there. Will this luxury 4-bedroom house impress the Gills?
I prefer this area to the second one. It just immediately looks much nicer.
And hopefully the inside will also be to Charlotte's liking.
Oh, my word.
Wow, that's a proper cinema room. That is amazing. I'll tell you now, if you can't afford it, don't touch anything.
I think she likes what she sees.
Well, it's a bit posh.
And George has also seen something he likes.
I just saw a pool!
This is really nice.
Along with the pool, the layout seems to have taken Charlotte's fancy.
This is a nice size because you've got this freshness, but you've not got it too big, you know?
Yeah.
It doesn't take up the whole garden. Look, you've still got greenery in other areas.
Oh, Mum, this is way better than the second house, isn't it?
It's quieter, isn't it, as well?
Oops, spoke too soon.
You gotta be kidding me!
It was all going so well, but now...
I'm not sure this is the quite outdoor lifestyle that we were really thinking of. It's a pity because I like the house so far. I mean, it's a beautiful house.
We are literally, overlooking the next place. It's mad.
Perhaps it's best to get back inside to the peace and quiet. Hopefully the bedrooms can turn things around.
Ah, this is
wow.
nice.
Look at that.
Kev, look at this. It's got 2 walk-in wardrobes. Me!
Yeah, what more would you need?
And you've got some drawers.
The hers and hers walk-in wardrobes may have changed Charlotte's tune, but will she be impressed by the price? The Gills have been wowed by the size and finish of the rooms and the pool, but is the price too much to bear? Time to open the envelope and find out.
320.
320,000. I know it's got a pool, but it hasn't got any real land. It's got all the bedrooms and everything, but where the kid's going to go outside to play? Just there, that's it. There's no else to play.
No point having the big bedrooms when you can't sleep at night because you've got a massive mortgage.
We wouldn't contemplate buying anything for anywhere near that value in the UK.
No.
I don't think we'd contemplate buying anywhere like that in Australia either.
You just take into consideration your illness as well, because if you're going to have a flare-up one day and you want to just take a quick walk to the shops without having to drive, you can't do that.
No.
But this is a bit of a stumbling block. I think that's not insurmountable, but it is a stumbling block.
It is indeed. The house impressed everyone, but would mean a mortgage that Charlotte and Kevin don't want to contemplate. Today has been a real eye-opener. The first house may have been the cheapest, but it was the one that impressed Kevin and Charlotte the most. The second house's pool and garden got the children excited until the price brought everyone back down to earth. And though the third was luxury living with its cinema room and walk-in wardrobes, the neighbourhood was a bit too noisy. So have they been convinced by Australian houses? It's time to find out.
Based on the properties we've seen today, our decision is
Australia.
England.
Just to shake things up a bit.
That was the only one who chose.
You did not.
I tried to be nice for once and not give you any hassle.
But did you really like the houses?
Yeah, I did. I do like the one level old bungalow thing.
I think it's really practical, especially for me. I love the size and that lot, but I don't like the size of the outside. There's not enough room. If we were going to pay that amount of money, I'd rather we got more in England, which is something I never thought. I just can't believe the house prices over here are so expensive.
No. I don't know, it puts a lot of pressure on yet again to, with only one of us working it, it's a huge step. And this is what we're trying to obviate with coming out here to just get away from that in England with the high house prices. And, we seem to be stuck in the same rut. Very disappointing.
Charlotte has driven this move and has a strong idea of her dream house. Unfortunately, she hasn't found it yet. The Gills' taste of the local property market didn't do enough to swing their vote for Australia. And finding the home that's right for them could mean a rethink. With the trip off to a mixed start, it's all the more important that Australia can offer the family the kind of lifestyle they want. In the UK, Kevin's life in the Navy has meant a lot of time away from home, missing out on the children growing up. Now he relishes any chance to spend time with the family and hopes Australia could be the answer.
I'd like to think we could have a similar lifestyle, just with better weather and more opportunity to undertake our hobbies and get out amongst it.
George obviously takes after Kev. He loves the water sports. I love seeing them together playing on the beach. I just think it's wonderful.
Today in Perth, they've come for a paddle boarding lesson.
So just the three of us will paddle out together, on our knees, heading out that way. And when you're both comfortable, then we'll stand up.
While the boys get to mess about on the boards, Charlotte and Samantha are having a more leisurely day.
Yay!
Go on, Georgie! I'm going to stand up. I think he's doing brilliantly, considering he's never done it before.
And Australia is finally starting to live up to Charlotte's memories.
I remember it being, as it is now, it's a lot more built up, but it's still got the same sort of mentality in that it's a winter's afternoon here, but it's mild, you can get out and about, families are just having a stroll round, grabbing a coffee, a spot of lunch. I personally would be looking for a life like this that allowed me to get outside and feel the sun on my bones, because that does feel great.
And Kevin can also see the positive effects on George.
I think he enjoyed the boarding. I think he was surprised how well he did at it. Maybe a little bit nervous when we started, wasn't sure. But yeah, really proud of him.
I've been thinking that Australia is a bit good, actually. So it sort of changed my mind.
However, there's still a big decision facing Samantha, whether she gives up her family or gives up her boyfriend.
Sammy's being pulled right in the middle. She's got to, either way, she's going to hurt somebody. But she has to put herself first. We've skirted around the subject a few times, but we haven't talked about it too deeply because I think we know what we're just going to end up with, both people being upset, so we've tried not to. It's there though, it's like this big elephant in the room.
It's difficult to try and keep everyone happy when everyone wants different things. And I'm not sure what I want at the moment.
I really couldn't even think seriously about it at the minute, actually, because I don't think she will. I think she'll come with Mummy. No, I'm second, aren't I?
It's an emotional subject that's also weighing on Kevin's mind.
If Samantha decided this wasn't for her and she wanted to stay in England, I think we'd find it incredibly difficult to leave her. We would be missing a part of us if she wasn't here. In that case, we would seriously have to rethink it. I know she's at that age where she's going to fly, and I think we want to hold on to it for as long as we can.
So, after a day of sampling the Aussie lifestyle, how will they vote?
Based on our experience today, we've decided to vote for Australia!
Australia!
Why half and half, darling?
I prefer the playgrounds in England, but it's a pity that you don't get to do it all year round.
I don't actually. He might go for England, but I love the fact that he can play outside all year here.
Yeah.
Sammy, I knew she'd love the lifestyle because this vote's just based on that. I know that we weren't going to get anything else, but I knew she'd love the lifestyle, and I thought you'd enjoy it too.
It's fantastic.
I knew I'd like it.
Yeah, not really a shocker.
Yeah. No shock, yay!
Charlotte's dream of Australia has moved one step closer to reality, but will it be with all her family? Sampling the Aussie lifestyle was a welcome success for everyone, even if the playgrounds did leave a little to be desired. But the key to making the move could be if Oz can offer Sam a better tomorrow as well as today. Samantha has recently finished a degree in social science and wants to go into teaching. However, in the UK, competition is very high.
There just aren't any vacancies. I've tried applying for teaching assistant positions to get more experience, and they just said there's too many people applying for one position. I think if there were better prospects of employment over here, it would slightly change my opinion of moving to Australia. And I'd have to have a serious talk with Eva because I can't get anything at the moment in the UK. So it would definitely change things, I think.
So we've arranged for her to spend a day at Edith Cowan University and get the lowdown from some trainee teachers.
If I wanted to go into primary school teaching over here, what would I have to do for university?
You're probably looking at doing a grad dip, which is a one-year course. It will give you all the skills you'll need to actually become a teacher in Western Australia.
What employment basically, are there any walls facing it?
Getting a job will be so much easier for you.
Yeah, everyone who comes out of teaching gets a job.
Especially in the country, a lot of rural opportunities for you.
Well, you learn so much more in the country, and it's a completely different world, and usually by the beach as well all the time. So your school might be right around the corner from a beach, and the country's a lot more relaxed in that sense. So you probably find that, say even at lunchtimes, your school might even go down to the beach, and you might be sitting there on the beach watching the kids on the beach. So it's completely different than here.
That's encouraging news. However, Samantha is also concerned about pay, as teaching didn't measure up to other job options in the UK.
I was applying for teaching assistant jobs to try and get some experience in the meantime. And I would have to take about a £6,000 reduction in what I would do if I went into like an office job or something like that.
Grad dip next year, you're looking at an equivalent salary of £38,000.
Oh my God.
Which, yeah.
There's so much salary difference, just the lifestyle seems so much better. What I wanted to do in England, which just facing a brick wall trying to get through, and it's just here there isn't a wall.
So career opportunities in Western Australia sound just like what Sam's looking for. However, boyfriend Ifan is on the other side of the world.
It's just confusing because this seems to be the perfect situation of what I want to do, so I'm not really sure what's going on. Ideally, I'd just like to move Evan here and then just come to this university. But I know that nothing plans out the way you want it to.
Sam's experience may have left her caught in two minds, but there's even more pressure on Kevin to make the move work. As the sole breadwinner, he needs Australia to provide enough security and income for the whole family. In the UK, Kevin works in the Navy as an engineer, but he's having to retire after 20 years of service. With the economic downturn in the UK, work is hard to find, and he's hoping the situation will be much better down under. Kevin's engineering background means he has skills that are transferable to other industries. As mining is booming in Western Australia, we've sent him to check out Boddington Gold Mine near Perth. It's a million miles from what he's used to, but it could be an option.
It's a huge site.
It is one of Australia's biggest sites.
Tom, from the engineering section, is keen to find out if Kevin could fit in with the company.
Tell us a bit about your background, Kevin.
Well, I've been working in the Navy for the past 20 years. Bit of a broad base.
We've got quite a vast range of machines on these sites, a lot of pumping, a lot of material movements, conveyors and whatnot.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of work we need to do around ensuring the equipment's reliable. How does that sound?
Sounds very interesting, actually.
Yeah?
Yeah.
you want to come for a look around?
Yes, please.
While Kevin's exploring the mine, the rest of the family are checking out Boddington town. They know how much is riding on Kevin finding well-paid work.
You can tell it in his demeanour and when he talks, can't you, that he just has got carrying the weight of the world on his shoulders. He's got 2 children, he's got a wife that's not very well. We're going to lose our home. I wouldn't want to be in his position. If I was in his position, I'd probably just be crying and a heap on the floor, but I think he's going to have to earn a really good wage over here to even consider any of those properties, even the first one. It seems that all the money we've saved up with the Navy really has just been eaten up with rising house prices. Doesn't seem to mean anything.
Well aware of the pressure riding on his shoulders, Kevin's quick to get to the big questions.
How'd you find that?
That was pretty eye-opening. That's huge.
Based on what we've seen with your resume, I would suggest that we'd be looking for a team leader position for yourself. Newmont has a strong focus on developing its people, which will enable you then to go and complete your degree if that's the way you want to go.
Yeah, definitely further my career. Like I say, I know I'm going to have to start again, but if there's the opportunity to progress, that would interest me. Are there opportunities?
Right across the board, we're continually trying to find quality people to work with our plant.
Sounds very interesting. Yeah, I think I could do that.
It's all sounding promising, but there is still the most crucial question.
With my family moving out and lifestyle's the issue, what's the remuneration? What sort of pay are we looking at to start with?
Our tradespeople would be coming on board around about 90,000 Australian.
Yeah.
You'd probably be looking with your skills, you'd be looking in the early hundreds.
Right, okay. It's a lot better than I was expecting. Yeah, quite a lot.
That's a starting salary of over £60,000, a lot more than Kevin earns in the UK. That's all good news if he did get a job like this, but it could mean giving up living close to the seaside. So how will Kevin vote?
Well, today's been a bit of an eye-opener. I'm massively impressed with what I've seen today. The salary, the opportunities to progress. I'm going to vote for Australia.
Well, no surprise there then.
The salary was massive, almost double what I'm on at the moment, and that's just unbelievable. I don't think it's quite sunk in. When Tom told me, I was trying to be relaxed, but I was doing cartwheels inside. It just makes it more realistic, and you know, to provide for my family to that level is just amazing, undeniably amazing.
It's been a great day for Kevin, and he's keen to share the news with Charlotte.
How was the picnic?
Very, very nice, thank you, darling. Got a cafe to do it, it's very posh. How did it go?
It was looking very positive. I just couldn't believe it. They started at 90,000 for the tradesmen.
Right,
yeah.
$90,000.
Up to 190 for the engineers.
190?
For the degree qualified engineers.
So you'd start off with the lower end and then you could work up through the company?
They were saying there's a possibility of, overseeing the work teams, and there was the possibility for the right candidate of sponsorship.
Oh, well done.
Cheers, babes.
Did you really like it?
It was all right.
Wow, cool.
Kevin's news couldn't have gone down much better, and although one good day is no guarantee of a future, knowing his skills are in demand in Australia is a big step towards a move. What's needed now is to see how things look in black and white. We've prepared a comparison of the Gills' day-to-day living costs in Australia. How will their figures add up?
Most foods are more expensive over here, definitely, without a doubt. So it's 162 in the UK, difference of 231, so groceries are double.
I mean, the big thing there is the income. It's massively different.
Right, shall we have a look at the mortgage bit now?
Yeah.
Been waiting all week for this bit. We're looking at a monthly repayment of $1,750, or about £1,100.
In England, we're going to have a big mortgage and the lower wage.
That's a similar price I think you'd pay for a mortgage in the UK, but of course your wages are less. Of course, yeah. I see what you're getting at now, yeah.
So, are they better off in the UK or Australia?
In Australia, we've got 27,924
I think probably for us that we might be better off going to Australia.
I can't believe that. I don't know, that shocked me.
An unbelievable amount to consider that after you've paid for things.
Yeah.
Even take into account they're more expensive here.
Yeah, for sure.
Bizarrely.
That's a phenomenal result. With Kevin's Australian starting salary, after all their outgoings, they'd still have around £27,000 a year left over.
There's an excellent opportunity for me to provide for my family, and that gives me a good feeling. You know, what wouldn't? You know, I could, be proud to. Yeah, that'd be amazing.
Think it's sunk in?
I'm not 100% sure yet, but I mean, to have spare each year of equal of the jobs that I'm looking at taking.
Of course,
in England, that's the sort of wage I'm looking at taking, and that's going to be the spare capacity. I'm blown away.
Are you glad we went through all this now?
I am, there's been trepidation throughout, but I'm glad we're here at this point. We have been through the mill. You know, just a specific time in my life where everything was going wrong, and to end up here is...
It's weird.
Right. Yep.
It's a massive relief for Kevin and Charlotte. After all their worries about their future when Kevin leaves the Navy, this is great news.
Based on the financial aspects we've looked at today, our decision is... Australia.
The possibility of such a large boost to their income is fantastic news for the girls. But moving so far away from home can mean facing another big cost: the impact of leaving behind the people you love. We've prepared some messages from family and friends back in the UK. As it can be quite emotional, Kevin, Charlotte and Sam have decided to watch it without George.
Hey Gilly, hey guys, hope you're enjoying yourselves down there.
They're a lovely family, without realising it, they're
very nice.
Aren't they?
Yeah.
As a family, I find very, very close. They've settled here very well, very well.
Mrs. Stories. He's got a story for everything that happens. He's a lot of experience in the Navy, and he likes sharing his experiences with us. And he always brightens the day up. He always pops in, and sometimes it's the same story. But no, it's always nice to listen to.
Fair one.
I think it's a really good opportunity for them really to, explore life in Australia, and if she's happy living there, I'd have to kind of have a think about what I want to do.
My brother's children, what can I say, really? I love them all. I shall miss Charlotte very, very much. Going to be a bit sad when she goes.
If she did decide to leave permanently, I wish them all the best. We would be, wouldn't we?
Yeah, they'll be so sad I don't want them to go.
Just always knowing when I'm a little bit upset. Oh, George, don't cry. I'm just always having the right words to say.
I just hope you're all getting along very well out there. Have a great time. I'm missing you lots.
I hope everything's going well out there. You're not missing me too much. And I do miss you loads, and I can't wait to see you next week. Well, hopefully when you come back. And we'll have a good chat, but whatever happens, it'll work out, and just don't worry about it. Just enjoy your time out there. We'll have to see what happens. Okay, carry tea. Ta-da.
Oh, wow. You all right, baby?
Yeah. David was quite good. I thought he'd be bits, but he was quite good. It was a nice seeing Evan on there.
Yeah. I knew I was going to cry, so that.
You did really well.
Yeah.
I did sound very supportive, I thought.
I thought you sounded positive, actually.
But This further shows that, like, I couldn't leave him in the UK.
Did he say I love you at the end of it, did he?
Yeah, Katie.
Oh.
Seeing messages from home and showing the Gills just what they stand to lose by leaving. A life in Australia would mean big sacrifices. So is the pain of moving really worth it? It's time for the Gills to make their final decision. As their week in Australia draws to an end, Charlotte, Kevin and Samantha have a chance to think over just how much is at stake.
This could possibly be Charlotte's last chance to get here, so we're at a point where we've got to make a decision.
I'm glad George seems so happy here. Kevin seems really pleased with his work prospects and also with the way of life. Samantha seems to love it, but obviously her heart's being torn in two because she's got a boyfriend back in the UK who she wants to be with as well.
It just seems amazing, like the weather, the opportunities for employment, everything, the lifestyle is just really amazing.
My gut instinct tells me she's not going to vote for Australia.
I think Ivan makes Samantha happy, and as any dad will attest, somebody that makes their daughter happy is worth £1 million.
It's been an eventful week, and one that has brought home the emotional issues that face every parent.
One of the things that's sort of come to a head during this week over here is that, you know, our daughter has grown up, and you know, potentially we're going to lose her.
I am 22 and I am moving on, but I don't really want to leave them behind. It isn't like it's just up the road, up north or something like that. It's however many miles away, it's on the other side of the world. But at the end of the day, it's what's best for the majority, not the minority. And I just want them to be happy, really.
It's down to the final vote. Could Charlotte and Kevin move to Australia if Samantha doesn't? Or have they all been tempted by life down under?
Are you ready, guys?
You didn't say England!
No, it's said half and half. I think that's really good. Come here, son.
Did
you say that too, baby?
Yeah.
Oh.
I miss my friends in England. I chose half and half because it's really good in Australia, but my friends matter more.
The reason why I voted half and half is because although the lifestyle here is amazing, it's a lot of work opportunities for you, it's just because of the people, that's the only reason why I want to move over.
It's because the lifestyle, the work opportunities, and also because I think it's a great family atmosphere.
The Gills have come a long way during their week in Australia, but emotional ties to the UK mean the decision isn't a clear one. With such a tough choice to make, the Gills may need just that little bit more time before they decide upon a future that's right for them. Whatever it may be, we wish them all the very best with it.
If you're fed up already with the January sales, how about a nice leisurely stroll around the Antiques Fair with Tim, Bargain Hunt at 12:15, while next searching for property bargains with Homes Under the Hammer.
At some point, most of us dream of a brand new start in a far-off land. But the reality of uprooting your lives can be a tough process for any family to face, especially when it can mean leaving behind one of your children. It's a big gamble to move your family all the way to Australia based on childhood memories.
What on earth have I done dragging the family half around the world?
Especially when the reality turns out to be very different.
I can't believe the house prices over here are so expensive.
We seem to be stuck in the same rut. Very disappointing.
And it threatens to tear your family apart.
I'm gonna let someone down.
With so much at stake, could you make the decision to start a new life down under? Australia is the most popular country for Brits moving abroad. They may be tempted by its 10,000 beaches, sunny climate and famous relaxed lifestyle. But life down under doesn't always deliver the paradise newcomers may imagine. Amongst the latest new arrivals are the Gill family from Plymouth. Ahead of them are some huge decisions as they sample life in Australia for 1 week. At the end of it, they'll have to make a final choice, whether to stay in the UK or start a new life down under. Their journey to Australia is a long 9,000 miles. After nearly 24 hours in the air, the Gills arrive in Perth, tired and a little unprepared.
Forget how long it takes you to get here. And we've arrived and it's raining. We've got the weather with us.
I've brought the wrong clothes.
The journey has brought home the difficulties of travelling so far.
It is a huge distance and yeah, absolutely shattered.
And we're not even at the airport and it's starting to hit home a little bit, yeah.
They'll need to get plenty of rest as they have a tough week ahead in Australia, a long way from home. 39-year-old Kevin and wife Charlotte, who is 48, have 2 children, daughter Samantha, who's 22, and son George, who's 9. The Gills live in the coastal town of Plymouth in Devon, where Kevin has served in the Royal Navy for 20 years. But with retirement looming for Kevin, the family is about to begin a new chapter of their lives.
Obviously the Navy looks after us with the house, the work, and now that's coming to an end, that support's going to disappear.
With Kevin leaving the Navy, we lose accommodation, we lose housing. We need to find new housing. We also need to find, he needs to find a new job.
With everything looking uncertain, Charlotte believes their future could lie in Australia.
I was actually £10 POM. We moved out to Australia when I was 2 with my brothers and sisters, and my father went to work in a mining town, but loved it. The family lifestyle was brilliant. We had a very nice little house. We used to go roaming around the bush.
The opportunity to give my children that lifestyle would be fantastic. And I'd like to show Kevin the reason why I enjoyed it so much.
And living in Australia could make a real difference for Charlotte's health.
I suffer from a condition called ankylosing spondylitis. It affects the joints and it's affected by the weather. So the temperate climate offered in Perth, I'm hoping will really benefit.
However, uprooting their lives and starting again on the other side of the world is not going to be plain sailing.
The potential for disaster is huge. There is a lot of pressure on me right now and I'm feeling it for once. You know, it's on my shoulders now. There's no support network, it's just me. And if I don't get it right, we're goosed.
But Kevin isn't the only